Can you tell me about Roach on the Wall on this record?
So DJ X and I are good friends, and he produced the track, and he was always trying to instill in me that, Ron, man, you got to like do something more like Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince. He says, I understand you more than your other producers understand you because I've grown up with you. So I know you have this little side to you that's just a little more, funny, and, you don't have to sound hardcore or anything. So I'm like, yeah, okay, you think so, eh? So I challenged him to making another song called Born in Jamaica, and he got that flavor exactly right. So I said, you know what? Do me another song, and I have lyrics for it already. So basically, I'm the roach on the wall, and that comes from a little Jamaican thing, well, we won't talk about that too much, but there's a little bit of Jamaican. Yeah, there's this song in Jamaica called Friday Evening where it says, Bim, kill him, it's a Friday evening. And then they basically, I change it up now. The roach on the wall is symbolic of myself being an artist who is, let me see, something that maybe people don't want at this point in time, because I found that while doing this album, I've reached out to certain artists and they just didn't get back to me. And they're artists that sometimes I've supported over the years and stuff, people who belong in the album. So I felt kind of dissed and stuff, and in the song I'm talking about them let me, through that circle and stuff like that. But basically it's an analogy as if to say that the roach is also a survivor through time, right? We haven't been able to get rid of the roach yet. And so I'm going to be that roach on the wall. It's let the motherfucker crawl. And, they ain't going to catch me if I fall anyway, So I think my favorite lyric in the song is that where I say, people my age don't rap, they retire. But I'm here to inspire. So aim, shoot, fire. It means that I'm here whether you like it or not. And I'm going to bring my own style, my own flavor. Fortunately, I'm like I said, in a position where even though people may not like my style or my tone or my pattern as an artist, I still have the right to contribute because of what I've done in this music. No one can say, Ron, you shouldn't make an album, because I've earned the right to make it. So I don't know if there's going to be a future for me as an artist, but I'll tell you, I'm enjoying doing this, and it's been a lot of fun, and hopefully I'll be able to put out more albums.
Can you tell me about Culture Pirate on the record? What were you trying to get across in that song? Tell me a little,
Well, it's very easy to understand that black people started rock and roll, or we had our foot in the door, but there was a time that people probably have heard about where there are people like Elvis Presley around, and because of the racist institutions that existed back then, when you were a black artist making great music, you weren't able to benefit from it by having it released and distributed properly because you were black. But at the same time, people like Elvis were legally able to come along, watch you perform, and then go and recreate that music and then put it out themselves and not give proper credit where credit is due. Mm-hmm. So there's a whole history that people don't know. So that song is basically trying to say, look, in this song here, I've named a lot of popular song titles, right? And I hope it upsets them a little bit because it's not quite plagiarism, but I'm trying to say that it's only rock and roll, but we started that. The ink was white, but the page was black. Et cetera, et cetera. We're taking a little bit back from everyone who's culture pirated in the history of music.
I mean, but you've been around for so much of the history of this music, I just want to close like this. It's the 40th anniversary of your Fantastic Voyage radio show. It's the 50th anniversary of hip-hop's birth. And you are officially hitting your 60s.
It's my 60th year.
What crosses your mind when you think about all these milestones?
I wish I had some money as a result of doing all of that stuff, but I think money is still a bit of a struggle for me right now. So it's nice to have accolades, but I measure success partly with, in the end, achieving some financial success as well and playing your cards right and stuff. I haven't I'm not saying I haven't had the opportunity to make good money, and I'm not saying I'm broke either, but I'm just saying that in this position, the only thing that's missing is a cherry on the top, and that would be a little financial security in my life, because I can do what I do because I don't have financial security. The reason that I can rap is because I have these things that are, giving me pain and struggle that I block. Keeping your nose above water is that I can do that, right? But all my friends and peers and stuff, they're standing on the water, they're walking on water, but I'm here in this I'm that roach, you know what I mean? I'm still struggling to get through, and I've been honored over the last 5 years, especially with a lot of people, congratulating me on having done this and done that, because they've grown up now and
recognizing
stuff like that.
what you've done.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
of
it's
course.
great to get the recognition, but before it's all said and done, and I get really old, I'd like to just have a little peace of mind at some stage and be able to go on a vacation and relax and not think about my bills and stuff like that. So I'm just keeping it real. A lot of people, they pretend. I ain't pretending. I'm not ashamed of my current status or anything like that. I'm 60 now, and I've only had one job in my life, and that was teaching at York University, and that lasted for 11 years. So for all those other years, I was on the streets, and I survived. I'm on my third property right now, so it's not all like negative, but I want to see at some point in time a bright light shine, if you want to put it that way. But in the meantime, I think that one of the qualifications for an artist to put out an album like I put out is from being in the dark, not in the light. So hopefully you'll listen to the album and you'll understand and appreciate that.
I got to tell you, man, just getting to, it's a great honor to get the chance to talk to you, to be honest.
Thank you.
We've been looking forward to talking to you for a long time. I'm really happy you were so honest there about, that we can give all the accolades that we want. We can give all the honors that we want. There's a reality associated with that.
Of course,
I'm glad you talked about that. And I just want to thank you for everything you've done, because the work that you did in the early days in Toronto hip hop has helped the country grow into the cultural powerhouse that it is right now. And thanks for coming in and talking to me about it.
Oh, you're very welcome. And thanks for supporting my album and my legacy.